There's a reason you're seeing this right now, my friend, and I want to give you a message today that will put you into alignment for the month that's in front of us. So, firstly, welcome to the 1st of March. Today, I'm playing for you a painting called The Universe Has Your Back. And I want to remind you that something is about to shift in your life. And I'm wondering how many of you are feeling that. Because most people don't realize the exact moment when their life changes. It's not always obvious or dramatic or loud. Sometimes it's just a tiny decision or a certain random thought or an unexpected conversation that redirects our path. And only when it happens we know that this is a big shift that has started. And maybe you're just standing at the turning point. Maybe you haven't noticed yet. So I came here to remind you today to stay open, because you don't know when the big moment happens, right? So there's a reason you're seeing this right now. Nothing happens by accident. If you think about how many decisions had to align for you to be here right now, maybe listening to this, maybe all the delays and disappointments and everything that happened took you to this moment right here, right now, where something may resonate to such a degree that it may change you in some way. It's all a sign that the universe is setting you up for something big. You didn't miss out on anything. You were just being prepared. The right things find you at the right time, and you know that. You don't know when is the right time, and well, the greatest maybe mission in our lives is to learn to let go. To learn to let go of expectations. To learn to let go of the need for waiting and controlling, but rather finding a way to be aligned every single day, to find a sense of joy in what we love to do, to protect our energy, to set boundaries so we don't lose the sacredness of ours. We don't waste it for something that doesn't matter. And we stay in touch with the spark that keeps us on fire, right? Before tonight ends, my friend, let go of what has been weighting you down. Imagine carrying an old heavy suitcase everywhere you go. Inside are past mistakes, regrets, maybe thoughts of what could have been. Yeah, sometimes we carry lots of them, right? What could have been? Oh, many things could happen, right? Why are you still holding on to it? Because it's familiar, right? Because that's how you are used to be, right? And maybe you haven't experienced any better example of how else you could live your life. Once I read this quote that said, maybe you don't need healing. Maybe you just need to be exposed to a healthier behavior that will change you. Like, how many times it happened to you that you met a very kind, very genuine, compassionate person or loving person, and you immediately felt completely okay, completely fine, completely loving and compassionate as well. It's because you've met someone who's living in this energy already. So maybe it's not that you need to do healing. Maybe it's that you need to reprogram yourself by to find an example whom you could maybe copy a little bit. We all copy one another. We have these mirror neurons that just copy the behaviors of others. But what if you would find really healthier people and study them? And yeah, I know it may be hard for you to find them, but if you really look for them, at some point you will meet them. And you may recognize that maybe healing sometimes is not so much just digging into yourself and diving deeper and finding new traumas and finding new pains from the past. Maybe it's just recognizing how else could you live your life and how else could you express yourself. And it's quite of an art usually. So the only way to move freely into what's next is to release what no longer serves you, obviously. You can't reach for new things with full hands. Yeah, it's quite impossible. So at some point you need to free your hand so you can be ready to receive something more. And I know it sounds beautiful, it's not so easy to do something like that, but if every single day we remind ourselves to relax and we embody certain practices that help us to relax our nervous system, to relax into this moment, to be okay if our life is not okay, and to just keep reminding ourselves that we intuitively, divinely, we will figure things out. We don't need to overthink everything. Maybe if you relax and just live a bit more present, everything will make sense and everything will fall into place. Just like this video maybe found you today just at the perfect time, everything else may find you as well. It doesn't mean to be passive. It just means be more present with how your life is unfolding and just keep striving towards the life you are building and co-creating. Be active, of course. Be productive, of course, but also slow down and let go as much as you're being productive. This is very important. Maybe you're one decision away from a moment when everything changes. Maybe it doesn't need to be the biggest decision. Maybe it will be a quiet one. The choice to believe in yourself, maybe, when no one else does. Well, it's a big thing you can do, right? Believe in yourself. And just as you're listening my words right now, what would it mean? What does it mean for you if you say to yourself, I believe in me? What does it mean? Does it mean that you become a bit more brave? Does it mean that you finally take care of that task you've been procrastinating on? Does it mean that you start that big project that you've been pushing aside? Does it mean that you call that special person out? What does it mean to believe in yourself? Does it mean to set strong boundaries and say no to certain people in your life? Does it mean to move to a new place? What does it mean when you say, I believe in myself? So you go past these words and you find that feeling deep within that empowers you, that encourages you. I believe in me. Yeah, okay, what now? What now? What to do with that belief? Right? Maybe it's a decision to finally walk away from what's draining you. Or maybe it's a simple act of saying yes when everything in you wants to hesitate. Maybe what will change you the most is the change that starts with you. To level up your health, to level up your finances maybe. I know there's some space for improvement and you've been procrastinating because everything connected with it feels maybe unpleasant. Well, why? Because there's never enough, or whatever is bothering you. Let go of this lack mentality and empower yourself the way that you take care of what you already have. Manage better what you already have. And then find ways that will improve the situation. Sometimes a better job, sometimes creating a job. Just valuing yourself a little bit more. May be that one decision that will change everything. I'm just giving you examples. You already know what to do. You always knew. Miracles happen when you least expect them. So my reminder for you is always just stay open, my friend. Don't wait anything, rather stay open. To stay open means that you're in a state of gratitude. A door you never noticed could swing open tomorrow. You will never know, but it may happen. A conversation you weren't planning could shift your perspective forever. You can't predict that, but it may happen. Life isn't always about effort, my friend. It's about alignment. The biggest blessings of what feels like a blessing often happen when we forget that we ever wanted a change. And sometimes the biggest blessings sneak up on you when you're too busy living to worry about them. The point is that you stay open. You never close your mind down like, oh, my life will never change and it's impossible. And I know you've been there. We all have been there. But how can one open up? Like, well, you can't be in a state of misery and expect good things to come, right? You need to learn to change your state of being, to change your energy. How can you change your energy? Well, change how you live your life. When you wake up, do some deep, inspiring meditation. Not just some affirmation, something that will change your body, like something deep, where you visualize your future, you feel it emotionally, and you ask yourself, how are you living in that future? And what will you start doing today to become it? So you start preparing your body for a new life, so you can leave the old behind. You're way closer to your breakthroughs than you think, my friend. If only you could zoom out and see how everything is already shifting in your favor, you wouldn't doubt, you wouldn't hesitate, you wouldn't question if you're doing enough. The real test isn't about effort, it's about endurance. The breakthrough doesn't come when you feel strongest. It comes when you refuse to quit. And that is the magic. And you only want to quit many times because this old belief comes back. In the past it didn't work. Now it's all happening again. And I am a loser or whatever. But it doesn't matter if you feel like that and if you believe into it. If you refuse to quit, well, there's only other option. Either you quit or either you win. And the choice is then yours, right? So before you go on, before you go to sleep tonight, take one step, just one, towards your vision. And it doesn't need to be big and it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't have to be impressive or whatever. Just be intentional. Send the intention. Start the journal, or do a meditation, or make a plan for tomorrow, or do something you've been avoiding, something that will put you into a state of appreciation and being a bit of, proud of yourself. Yeah, I've done it. I've moved some things. People don't fail because they lack ability or whatever. They fail because they wait too long to start, and that doesn't need to be you, right? How long you've been waiting for something that never happened because you've been just waiting it. You see the painting that I'm sharing today with you? There's this hand that is pushing the boat. That boat needed to come into the water so something can push it, right? If it would stay tied at the beach somewhere, well, there's no support by the universe, right? So don't wait too long to start, my friend. And also don't end today. Don't end this day carrying the worries of yesterday and the worries of the whole February. Let go, release them, and trust things are working in your favor. Yes, they are. Things are working in your favor. It's your ego that doesn't see that, because your ego wants to feel safe, and then you're wondering like, oh, it's not how I would like, so I'm in danger. Maybe you're in danger so you would use your capabilities more wisely and do something that will put you into a state of strength rather. Your mind will convince you that worrying equals control. But worrying is just your imagination being used in the wrong direction. What if you flipped it? What if just for tonight you imagined the best case scenario instead? What if things are already aligning perfectly, even if you can't see it yet? Just think about it. Or maybe don't think about it, just feel it. Like, how would you feel if you would know that everything is perfectly aligning, that your life is actually perfect right now? How would it make you feel? You don't need to believe me. Just make a plan for your life that comes out of the vision that you have for your future, and take at least one action before you go to sleep today towards it. It can be just writing down a plan for tomorrow and setting an intention, or doing a meditation, or just organizing some things so tomorrow you can make some actions towards it. And you will see that there's no need to worry anymore because you know what to do. Maybe tonight could be the night you look back and say, that's when everything changed, right? Maybe this is the moment when you can look back and say, this is, in one of my previous videos, I said, this is the day one. So, well, which day is today, right? Which day is today? Not because something obvious happened that you did that you've started maybe doing something, or that you've just shifted your state of being. It's because deep down you finally decided. You decided to stop waiting for clarity, and you've started moving. You decided to believe in yourself just a little bit more. You decided that your past is not a blueprint for your future. And one quiet decision changes everything. That's it. So my friend, if this message today spoke to you, don't ignore it. Do something about it before tonight is over. Some things don't need more time. They just need presence. Sometimes they need action, and sometimes they need for you to let them go and to forget. And well, if any of this resonates with you, it was here and you've heard it for a reason. So don't just scroll past and forget about it. Take it as a confirmation. Listen to your intuition and see what is calling you forward at this point. See what is calling you forward. So if all of this has resonated with you, hit the like button, my friend, subscribe to the channel. And if you found today's painting inspiring, you can get a print of it on AttractPassion.com to put it into a place where you want to be inspired and have this symbol of trust that the universe has your back when you, well, get yourself into the ocean and learn to swim, right? The universe always has your back. But sometimes it will push you into danger. Sometimes it will push you into unfamiliar waters. So you recognize how much you're capable of. So believe in yourself, because there's so much unexplored inside of you. And I wanted to give you today a reminder that you already know what to do. So believe a bit more deeply into yourself. I will leave you here. I hope you had a good time today, and well, till next time, one love.